Tom Cooney and Luke Gilbert, but it will be the next gen pair that are going to get us underway. If you're joining us for the first time, just to update you on the format. Races to 4, 20 minutes on the match clock, whichever comes first. Golden Break's Golden Ducks in play, and Liam, how about that for an opening break?
Yeah, the nice little cut break to try and get the 8-ball moving. They seemed to cluster initially, and then just all of a sudden potted a red and a yellow and just opened up the table. And it's a good opportunity to get going. I think first look I'd naturally be going reds and maybe try play the red off the yellow.
Well, shot clock just catching him a touch there on it initially, and that's made things a lot worse from the first shot. It looked like a really good first opportunity. It's now no longer looking like a good first opportunity.
Yeah, and I think the first bit of inexperience there, we're seeing how quick he played that shot, but he had an extension and he didn't use it to just give him that bit of time, and straight away it'd be the first bit of advice after the match I'd be giving them.
The thing is, they've made a mess on both colour sets here, so they should be careful not just to give away the frame here. And they're not. That's always good to see. I think there's, I was worried when he was playing that ball that they might be just potting and continuing when they've got bad balls at the bottom, but yeah, they pulled back. And
they've actually played a nice safety shot, really. Keeps them in the frame. They've developed the red over the middle pocket to keep it in the open as well, and not really left an easy start for Luke and Dom. And I think we're just going to see them to maybe just roll the yellow down to the pocket.
Containing shot.
The good thing about that shot is they've not left any pot on the reds, and they're going to be opening up one of the reds they're closest to, which possibly opens up the pocket to the bottom right for the yellows.
Well, that just opens up one of the reds, keeps one in trouble alone at the bottom. 2 bad balls on reds and 1 on yellows.
I think the good thing to see from Dom and Luke's perspective as well, they're treating these two with the utmost respect and playing the right shots. They're not just going for any finish and going for the showboating style of play type of thing. They're playing proper match pool, and they know how important it is to get off to a good start.
Forcing them to move the red they want them to move as well. Just make the yellows even better if they're not careful on this shot.
Need to try and potentially look to see if they can get the cue ball back in pretty much where it is now.
It's not a terrible lead if they get a look, because that red now becomes a good breaker ball. Problem is, he may not get a look at the table.
No, it does. I think it's blocked the pocket for the middle pocket, for the 8-ball. Maybe it may sneak past the red, so
it does look like Luke and Dom are looking aggressive here. They're just trying to find an angle to break out their only bad ball. They've been patient, but now's the time, they feel.
The problem with this shot here is if he doesn't get it right, he could clip the red thin, and then or even the yellow thin. It might go in off the pocket, off the other red into the middle.
Yeah, it's not really opened it up. I mean, it does go now. Well, immediately Luke's looking at the big pocket top right. I suppose it has opened it up more than I first thought, hasn't it?
Yeah, but what it has done is put all the pressure on getting the finish, because if they don't get it from here, they become second favourites to win the frame.
Nature of the game, though, isn't it? When you go, you've got to get it or you become second favourite.
Yeah, and that could have been played better.
Yeah, didn't seem to get through that too cleanly, did he? Trying to come get a bit further to the right-hand side, a bit more behind this ball to top right.
But he's forced into going for it. It's a big shot. May use the red and play off the red.
Well, that's what he's tried, but it's not gone to plan. And what an opportunity now for the youngsters to start with a big opening frame victory.
Yeah, and this is the type of finishes that sort of sends the message to your opponents that they do belong there and they can hold it together. It's pretty much a dot-to-dot finish. And these are the type of finishes where it looks easy, but you've got to take so much care on the cue ball.
I think you should have done a little bit more with that one, just get a bit more to the sort of almost the break line, make
Yeah.
the next shot a bit easier.
Yeah, and that's what I was alluding to, because once you don't play one shot with the correct cue ball control, it then spirals for the rest of the finish. And we see there, it's just overrun slightly. Now this becomes a harder shot to pinch the middle pocket and just hold, because if you overrun, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I was thinking if you got to the break line, you can play the one to left centre as just a kind of hold shot, and then you bottom right, and then you're away with easier control.
You see, he's just tried to pinch the middle pocket, but he actually got too much into the jaw and didn't run the cue ball through far enough. So I think I would be playing this natural off the top rail, side rail, and take the red into the bottom right hand corner pocket.
Another couple of rolls would have been lovely, but it's not bad. The cue ball is going away. Do you just accept it, or do you try and come back up?
Oh, just.
They're okay. Callum with this 8 ball to take the opening frame, and in what has been a fairly drawn-out affair. And in it goes. The next gem pairing. Have a little marker laid down there. Our group favourites have lost the opener.
Yeah, and that's the perfect start that they would have wanted coming into tonight. I know from a parent, when you're watching your son play, it's just like, just get that first frame on the board and then the rest build from there.
You can't really criticise the way they went about the frame at all, really. They tried to take it on first shot, it didn't work out, and then they tried to contain, and they were always playing the sort of defensive side of the tactical exchange, which led to Dom and Luke having a chance, but they didn't give it to them easy.
No.
And they made them have to go and win it, which they didn't do. It was a fantastic frame, really.
Yeah, and I think that's what we touched upon earlier in the night, where we were explaining that they are 16 and 17. They are on the next gen series, but they've got older heads on the shoulders compared to a lot of the juniors that play, and they've got that more match experience.
Dom's hit a good break here, but he does not have an opening ball. We're on to the individual frames.
Yeah, Dom may have to just look for a safety straight away here and just maybe play the red on the right hand side rail and put the cue ball back to where it is now.
Similar sort of shot, just keeping the cue ball at the bottom of the table. So it is Callum that we're playing the opening frame for the next gem pairing.
Just wondering if obviously Dom's left an opportunity on yellows to the top right hand pocket, but also has he set the reds up for a plant into the top left, so he can play this one off the yellow into the middle.
Wow, that's huge. That is a huge piece of fortune, because he hit the red, because he was playing reds. That works for him. He was trying to play this off the yellow into the centre pocket and then go reds.
But that was, it was said, the reds initially from the break weren't a plant, and when Dobb sent the yellow down the table, he did actually inadvertently set it up as a plant, so you could call it a bad shot. I know they got a bit lucky, but
might have had a nice little flip there. That was the sort of shot I was expecting to see in the opening frame, actually. Slightly edgy shot, that one from Callum.
Yeah, if this yellow doesn't go in the middle, is it Team Blessed v Team Blessed?
Yeah, oh, it does go, so it didn't get the flick. I thought initially that was blocked off, but the yellow passes the red to top left as well. So everything goes here. Time for Dom to put something together and get his partnership on the board.
Yeah, it'd be interesting the sort of the speed that Dom's going about this finish. So I'm not sure whether they need to sort of quicken up a little bit to just find their own rhythm to get going for the night, because it's been a slow, scrappy start initially.
Has he just mistimed that one? As we see Andy and Gary getting themselves ready, just having a little taste of the action. Yeah, I think he's just decelled there and got the timing wrong. Is he on the yellow to top left? If he's not, it's a big mistake.
It doesn't look like he is, and he's scratching his head, and that's maybe a bit of like what I was alluding to, is he's not really found his rhythm.
Yeah, that was a very loose shot from Dom.
And straight away, where the 8 ball and the red is, it plays big, and if he can clip off it thin and get the cue ball behind there, it's a good opportunity. I'm not sure about that shot at all.
He went for the high risk. If he gets the cue ball very close to the yellow, then he's got a good shot. But if he gets it slightly wrong either side, he was either leaving a yellow to top right or right centre. I think your shot was the margin there.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much handed the frame to Dom here. He's just got a nice angle where you can just play this yellow, and the middle one of the 3 reds, he can sort of use that as a guide with the cue balls to where he wants to be.
Wonder if he was playing for straight just to hold it, and then you go top left and you got the room to come round for the 8 ball. He's got a little bit more angle here than he wanted, maybe. Has tried to hold it, gets it wrong, comes right across one. Well, we've got big moments here. There's 7.5 minutes left. Callum Clark has an opportunity to put his partnership 2-0 in front.
And this will open up the night if he can hold himself together and get this finished, because it's a great opportunity. They've all got a pocket. And this is where you sort of, would you want your partner to be talking to you on this finish, or would you want to be left to it?
I think because there's nothing to think about here, it's just find your pattern and put them away. The idea of going long there was because he wanted to deal with both reds at the bottom of the table. But yeah, going back to what you said, I think, yeah, if there was clock management required, if there was more to think about, then yes. But there isn't much to think about other than finding your route.
Needs the cue ball to be off the rail. And this is the pressure shot of the finish.
Yeah, he was hoping for something a lot easier than this.
It's not bad. He's missed the pot, but what has he left Dom? Can Dom play the yellow length of the table down the rail, and where the cue ball will land, will it be on the cut to the yellow?
I don't think so. I don't think that's available. Maybe the tiniest gap, not much margin on that shot.
It looks like the red's blocked by the double.
That was clever, playing the loss of turn. That was on purpose, trying to leave nothing easy on the reds.
Now, how are you feeling? Do you play safe and pull back, or do you go for the thin cut?
Depends how good a safety you feel you can get. You feel like he should be able to get a really good safety.
Maybe like where the red is, if you leave the cue ball on the line, on the rail. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. He pulled it back a bit further. I was with you. I think leave it middle left, if you like. Not far from where it was. You weren't going to leave anything on, but he's putting all the pressure onto Dom here.
If Dom does get this pot, though, he doesn't have natural position on the yellow, so. Oh, there's a big loss of turn shot here if he can clip the red thin.
We're also into the final 5 minutes. We're at 15 seconds a shot for the first time tonight. What a frame we've got here, and what a shot we've got there. That's fantastic. That's the loss of turn you were talking about, Liam, and he puts Dom Cooney in a world of trouble.
This is a Dom Cooney blessed shot if we haven't seen one before.
Oh, and he is blessed as well. He's not left anything on. He was trying to make that in the right centre, going for the fuller contact. But you have to say, when you're already 1-0 up, as Callum Clark is, this is perfect. You've got clock to run here. You're in complete control of this frame. You just have to wait a visit or two, perhaps.
Yeah, and I think like he's played a great shot there. But really, if he wanted to, he could use the full time on these shots because he's favourite to go 2-0 up. So the more time he uses.
No need to waste time now. All you have to do is pot the 3 balls and be 2-0 up with under 3 minutes to play. It would be a very strong position to be in. Immediately calls the extension when he comes to the table. And he is wasting the clock as well.
Yeah, just wondering if the angle to the middle is slightly the wrong side. That makes it the next shot a little bit more difficult to get a position on the 8 ball. It should get it, but...
It was fine. It was fine. Just has to hold himself together here. Pressure. And Dom sprints to the table.
And that's not the best positional shot by Dom. Huge 8 ball. Oh my God.
What are we seeing out there? That first shot from Dom was just not the best at all. I mean, he still should make that 8 ball, but he came to the table and rushed it because of the time and wanted to do it quickly, but he's cost himself time by trying to rush, and if he just takes himself a split second there to make sure he gets the cue ball right.
Hit it. Oh, he's hit it. Oh, that's not bad. And if anything, and Dom should get this 8 ball, but he's just lost 20-30 seconds for going into the last frame to try and steal a win. Yeah,
and well, it's 1-1. That really isn't telling the full story at all. I think Dom's face and reaction tells more story there. And what's tough about the Pairs Cup, and you know this better than anybody, Liam, is that for Luke Gilbert out there, he's had to sit and watch that, and he's probably thinking to himself, Dom, what are you doing? You should have won that frame 6-7 minutes ago. Now he's only got 2 minutes to try and steal this match.
100%. This is the reason why I left Jamie Croxton, because he was putting me through this all the time. But no, it's obviously Luke must be thinking, I've never seen Dom play like this before. What's going on? I mean, the shot.
Not sure I have.
No, and what was strange, 8 ball, 8 ball,
and it's the golden break. The golden break, and the youngsters are back in front. How about that from Kian Holmes? All the drama of the previous frame, this one last seconds as he wins it with one swing of the cue.
Hold my beer. What a shot. And the thing is, that's what you're talking about, Pairs Cup. You might lose the frame before, but the other pair pops along and steals the win and potentially steals the match.
Well, that's incredible. What a blow that is for Luke Gilbert and Dom Cooney. Luke Gilbert was probably thinking to himself, I've just got enough time here, even for Kian to have a couple of shots and still have time. Luke is one of the quickest players on the tour, and he didn't even get to the table. And now they're behind 2-1. Now they're back to the Scotch frame, and they're going to have to come up with a very quick break clearance here. 2 minutes left on the clock. This wants to be a one visit for them.
Luke has got a big break, but he needs a ball.
How about that? You call a big break. That is something very special. Power. But it's not a good leave.
No, it's not nice. And Dom's even forgot it's a Scotch frame. And these aren't easy at all. They've got to maybe play yellows. And
they've got 2 bad yellows on the left-hand side. So how do you deal with those 2 yellows? Don't think there was any future on reds. I couldn't see a way. There was too many problems on reds.
Try and play a skill shot.
Well, they believe they've got time for a loss of turn. And they have. There's 125 left. Take 15 to be 30. They should call their extension now. They have called their extension.
It's actually not a bad shot because there's not really a hiding place on the table. So essentially this red that they're going to be playing, which is closest to the 8 ball, this is for the match.
Well, I like that. They're trying to make the 8 ball awkward. They could have done with it rolling another 2 rolls and made it really awkward. But at least they've asked a question here. 55 seconds left to play.
Can they top into the red now? Just too much angle.
There is just enough room for that 8 ball not to be a major problem. Another half a roll on the red and it would have been really good for them.
Have they got time to be talking? Maybe just about, but they can't afford to waste much more time, and they're tracking with the cue ball now.
Oh, they stick on the yellow. They've got no shot.
Oh my.
He's kicking at it. And it's not going to be. The next gen pairing are going to get the victory. They get to stand there and all they have to do is shake hands. Callum, Clark and Kian Holmes have created a little bit of history there, taking down our group favourites in the opener and completely throwing Group 11 wide open. Plenty more to come.